Alarms question in KC. Where was Travis Kelce when the Chiefs? Alarms question in KC. Where was Travis Kelce when the Chiefs needed him most? The truth that was hidden from fans until this moment. What I am about to tell you is not about tactics or play calling. It's about a leadership collapse. The 31-28 defeat to the Jacksonville Jaguars last Sunday, October 6th, wasn't a stumble. It was the funeral of the offensive credibility of the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes' team, which should be a machine, became a shadow of itself when the clock ran out. Imagine trusting your life, the last breath of a campaign, to your best friend and finding out he had already turned his back. Mahomes' machine stalled. Without Travis Kelce at 100% focus and performance in the decisive moments, the Chiefs' offense converted only 20% of third downs in the fourth quarter. The slow-motion shot of Mahomes' face after the final drive, which ended in a turnover on downs, shows an empty, almost betrayed look. He knew the pillar was missing. The sound of the final whistle, which the editor should add, is the sound of disaster. But the worst had not happened yet. On social media, the frustration focused on a single question that became a trending topic. Hashtag, where is Kelce? The tight end silence postgame, not appearing for the press and posting anything, was interpreted as, yet. On social media, the frustration was concentrated on a single question that became a trending topic. Hashtag, where is Kelce? The tight end silence postgame, where he failed to appear for the press and posting nothing, was interpreted as an act of negligence. An anonymous high-ranking locker room source revealed he was visibly distracted before the game, focused on calls and his phone more than the game plan. It wasn't the Travis we know. The revolt is palpable. Over 150,000 fans on social media called for him to return to football. This is not a rumor. It's a tribal revolt against the star's apparent priorities. Imaginary print. A tweet from a KC journalist saying the Chiefs need Travis Kelce, not the celebrity. What no one expected? This right here. Analyzing the cold hard numbers, the drama only increases. Kelce finished the game with 5 receptions, 45 yards, and, shockingly, 0 targets on crucial third downs in the fourth quarter. Does it look like a spreadsheet? No. It's a sentence of invisibility. The comparison is cruel. He played like a frightened rookie, not the highest-paid tight end in history. In the moment Mahomes most needed a certainty, he was forced to look at wide receivers who were failing. The Chiefs are the only top-tier team that relies on a single target, and ironically, that target has become the biggest problem. It's like comparing a lion, Mahomes, to a kitten, Kelce, in the fourth quarter, during the hunt. If this were a movie, the director would cut to Andy Reid crying in the locker room. Imaginary cut, Kelce's targets graph dropping along with the camera during critical moments. The Chiefs are the only top team that relies on a single target, and, ironically, that target has become the biggest problem. It's like comparing a lion, Mahomes, to a kitten, Kelce, in the fourth quarter, during the hunt. If this were a movie, the director would cut to Andy Reid crying in the locker room. Imaginary cut, Kelce's targets graph falling along with the camera during critical moments. Does it look like a coincidence? It's not. Someone is behind this. Insider reveals Kelce's lack of focus is a symptom. He is allegedly in advanced negotiations for a mega entertainment project outside of football that, according to sources, consumes 80% of his free time. The bold hypothesis is that he is preparing for an early retirement at the height of his fame, not his sport. The hidden clue? In the third quarter, GM Brett Veach looked at Andy Reid and made a timeout signal with his hands. Almost no one saw it, but it was Reid's last attempt to wake him up or take him out of the game. There's a detail on his helmet that everyone ignored. A non-standard sticker linked to an entertainment brand that is not an NFL partner. If you thought that was shocking, wait for what comes next. And that's when, at the end of the game, the off-field microphone on the sideline caught a cry of frustration from Patrick Mahomes to the backup quarterback. Where is he? Can't he make one play? The shout wasn't about on-field performance. It was about the mental absence of his partner. This is not theory. It's a recording. The unexpected twist and what will make you share this video? A source from his PR team leaked that Kelce was on a 15-minute call with his famous girlfriend before the pregame warm-up. The mental image is of Kelce in the locker room, phone in hand, while Super Bowl El-Nino faded into a distant shadow. Pause here, breathe, because what comes next changes everything. And now, the question everyone wants to know. Is Travis Kelce the villain distracted by fame, or the victim of an overloaded offense that has left him exhausted? Leave your opinion, because the comments here will decide if the front office should impose a phone-off rule in the locker room. Comment fame if you think the distraction was the mistake. Comment Reid if the problem was the tactics. And if you thought you saw everything, wait. Tomorrow, there's the revelation of the full audio of the sideline discussion between Kelce and the coach. Subscribers only, because next week's bombshell will explode your feed.